Hello and welcome to the fourth Build with Care update film on the remarkable progress of the restoration of Prittlewell Chapel in Southend-on-Sea. The chapel has been transformed into a beacon of sustainability over the last 6 months by a dedicated team of professionals. We found out from site manager Phil Girling how far things have progressed.
Internally there's been a big development. There's the internal birdcage scaffolders come down, giving us loads of room in there. The plasters have really got on in there, and plastering's finished. All the board work's been done. The trusses have been oiled. There's an oil finish on the trusses. They look really good. The lads spent a lot of time getting them to look the way they do. We've got a tiler on site at the moment laying the slate to the toilets and the reception area. That's going to look really good. The glazing has been installed externally. The CaRe door frames have been installed with all the glass. That's looking great. The pointing to stonework, and all the stonework has been finished. The building's totally watertight. The roof's been finished off. All the services bar the water are connected at the moment. Groundworks are ongoing. The slabbing's been started around the building, which is looking great. All the curbs have been put in. I think the thing that's going to make the building is definitely the blockwork around the building, these parking areas and the road down to the chapel itself and around the chapel. I think that's going to look fantastic.
Prittlewell Chapel has become an exemplar of what can be achieved with an old building when good quality insulation and energy saving technologies are introduced. But why is this project so important? Southend Borough Council's Manager of Special Projects, Paul Matheson, explains.
We expressed an interest back in 2008 at a conference we attended, which was basically putting partners together. The benefits to us of joining in an Interreg project, and this is an Interreg 4B North Sea region project, by adding in transnational and European cooperation, the project develops better. It shares knowledge across regions, and it allows us to take a project which in the normal course of events would have been a fine project, but adding the value of European experts and advice adds a lot of value to this project and brings it to a better conclusion. I think one of the things we've realised is the need to reduce carbon emissions from buildings. Something like 40% of emissions of carbon are from the building sector. We thought there was a need to have a practical demonstration of a project for people to come and look at. It's important to realise it's not being done in isolation. It's part of a broad range of projects that are being carried out across Northern Europe with partners from Sweden, from Holland, from Germany, and this is our contribution to the project. Because it is part of our developing policy framework and part of an Interreg project where transnational cooperation is very important, we can bring the best skills from Europe to look at what we're doing, but also offer something back as well.
Most of those who have worked on and seen the transformation of this building have been amazed at the beauty that has been revealed underneath the grime accumulated over years of neglect. Mona Marnell is the glass artist who has been chosen to further enhance this transformation with new windows for the chapel's 4 gable ends.
Rob Neobard, he saw my glass at Highlands and liked it and thought, rather than put in traditional stained glass, put in something contemporary. And I went down to Westborough School because the children there were doing a project on the chapel. The work was stunning, and what was intriguing was their thoughts behind the project, how they felt about how this chapel had been left to go to ruin. And from that I took various themes about colour and the way they used different shapes. To me, the idea of introducing the circles were to mimic the glass that had already been there, also as a motif that the children used, but also to me it brought the past and the future together, because in the past I saw those almost as representing the individual souls that people have forgotten about. This has been a very new process for me. Usually what I do is I create without a design. Then I'll start playing with the glass and moving it around, and that's the way I create the things that I make. What I had to do was come up with a number of designs that had to go to the architect and to the council, and they decided which one they wanted to go with. I wanted to bring harmony to the building. There's a lot of glass, there's 2 separate rooms, and I'd like to see the design flowing throughout it, uniting all the areas of the building.
These update films have been made possible thanks to Southend Borough Council's partnership with the Build with Care programme. a pan-European partnership funded by the Interreg 4B programme that promotes exactly the type of energy-efficient building techniques applied in this project. And this is an ideal we can all aspire to, as Andrew Duff, Liberal Democrat MEP for the East of England and Build with Care ambassador, explains.
40% of and the energy that we use is in buildings, and about 40% of CO2 is emitted by buildings. So if we're going to be serious and practical about combating climate change, this is a priority sector for us all. And it's a thing we can do something about. There are lots of problems that are intractable in life, but I think that this clearly does not fall into that category. We can do something on this matter here, and we should get on with it. I think that sometimes people are frightened by the big aspirational targets, and they don't understand that the answer lies with all of us. We can have a much greater and more direct effect by refurbishing our homes.
If you would like to find out more about making energy efficiency work for all of us, please go to the Build with Care website at www.buildwithcare.eu or follow them on Twitter at www.twitter.com/buildwithcare.